is all about textures with Kathleen Clemons. In this video, I'll be showing you the inverted texture application that I've been using lately. It sort of works the opposite way than the other methods that I've shown you so far work. With the other methods, you added the texture globally and removed or masked it from certain areas of the photo. With this method, instead of a global application, you are only applying the texture to the areas that you want it. This comes in really handy if you just have a small amount of background, or if you want a little more control. You want to build the texture up, which is what I'm doing a lot with this technique. So let's start. Here's a photo of a calla that I shot on white. I do like the simplicity, but I'd like to see what adding a texture would look like just to the background areas. So I'm going to open this daisies texture from my twisted collection, and I'm going to add it manually as we did in the very first video. So I have my move tool selected. I'm holding down the shift key and I'm going to drag the texture onto the calla and close the texture file. Now at this point you can't see the calla anymore, but if you look up here in my layers palette, you can see the calla with the texture layer on top of it. So now the magic happens when you go to Layer, Layer Mask, Hide All. And now the calla is back. And I can choose, I have a black layer mask, so I'm going to choose a white brush and an opacity about 30%, and I'm going to paint that texture on just where I want it. Now you don't have to be very fussy because it's very easy to clean up the edge, and I'll show you that after. So I'm thinking that's a double application there. Come over to this side, just fill that in, and let's do another layer of that. Okay, I like that quite a bit. Looks like I missed a spot there. And you could do a little more around the outer edge to sort of darken that up, but I like this as it is. Now I did have sort of like overspray here where I wasn't very fussy, but I can simply change to black and paint that right off. So you don't have to be really, really fussy about those edges. Now let's do one more. Close this one up so that you can see the method again. I took this across the bay from my house, and I love the layers of fog in the trees, but a foggy sky is also a plain sky. So I'm thinking a texture with sort of a blue tone, because there are blue tones in the image, would be really nice in this sky. So I've chosen my Alewives Storm texture, and I'm going to highlight the Move tool, hold the Shift key down, place that on, close this up, go to Layer, Layer Mask, Hide All. And I'll click on my brush. And I think my opacity, let's go up just a little bit for that. And I'm going to use a larger brush. And, whoops, I've got to change this to white since my layer mask is black. And just start painting that texture in the sky. Now, I think just one layer at 36% is fine for that. So let's look at it without and with. And I could have added the texture globally and erased it off of this part, but I'm really loving how quick and easy it is to do it this way and to build up the texture. So let's say that I thought this wasn't quite enough. I can go over it again very quickly and easy, and maybe not as much down near the trees for a stronger effect. But I prefer that lighter effect just like that. As always, if you have any questions about this technique or any of the techniques that I have covered in my book, please email me, kathleenclemons@me.com.